Fuck with your boys.
Hey, yo, mess with the boys. You already know what it is. It's the Buzz and Sports channel. We out here giving you the sports intakes. We are your three hosting buddies. I am Doug, a.k.a. Lightning Leche, Little Duke, but you already knew that. I got Spuddy here with me.
What's going on, buddies? Spuddy McGee here.
And you already know I got the boy Francis with me.
Hey, Francis here. What's going on, everyone?
Fuck with your boys.
Yes, sir. And you already know the vibes. It's your guys' favorite episode, the Draftkings Sunday Millionaire Maker.
Yes, sir. Let's move straight past week 9. Get right into week 10, please.
Yeah.
Fucking
I don't
terrible.
want to hear nothing about week 9.
I don't want to hear nothing about week 9.
All I know is all our pockets are empty.
All
yeah.
of it.
Week 9 was basically, here, take my money.
Yeah, I'm sure for millions of others, too.
Yeah. If you won on week 9, sir, I commend you. You should have got double.
Yep.
But yes, sir, it's the Millionaire Maker episode where we give you slates for the Sunday morning and afternoon games. As always, what's up, son? What do you want to say?
Oh no, yeah, I was just gonna do some ad libs.
Ooh, you should just went for it.
I was, but you stopped and you're like, what was that? I'm like, no. Keep on.
We need that. We need that Quavo cash. We need that one. We need that one.
We'll get that next.
But yeah, let's get on to it, y'all. You already know the vibes. I'm starting with the quarterbacks per usual. I'm gonna give you my two top money guys, and then give you my two value guys. So let's jump on
Omaha
to this week 10, baby.
Omaha.
There's a lot of quarterbacks. I'm just letting y'all know. There's a lot of quarterbacks now that I'm looking at that I want to pick, but I'm just so disgusted with them from last week.
I don't even blame you. And I know who's number one on that list.
Yeah. But give this guy one more chance. I know he's a lot of money. See, I can't commit to these guys this week, but I'm gonna do it. Josh Allen, 7,000.
You scarred, bro. You scarred.
I'm scarred, bro. I'm scarred.
All right. I mean, how long will it be till you call him the white Michael Vick again?
Hopefully, you show me something against the Jets, brother.
or
you stay in the white Jamarcus Russell. But yeah, I know it's kind of pricey, but after the game they had last week, they didn't score, right?
They only scored 6 points, so no touchdowns. No
touchdowns. Josh Allen threw 2 interceptions.
Got sacked, and he fumbled it, right?
Yeah.
And fumbled. 2 interceptions and a fumble. Yep.
Yeah, he was a mess last week. Bounce back is usually the theme after a shitty week against the Jets. I know he's kind of high, but, don't be like me and give up on this guy just yet.
I mean, the Jets.
Yeah,
Jets
I'm sure he's gonna want to wipe that bad taste out of his own mouth.
Yeah, I think Buffalo's defense will put Josh Allen in scoring positions.
Mm-hmm.
Even though Jets defense is, I would think it's an average defense. It's just the offense doesn't help them out, so they get scored on. So I expect a lot of red zone visits for Josh Allen.
Mm-hmm.
So plan accordingly.
So
I agree.
If you're one of those people, and my first quarterback pick is usually for you guys out there that like to spend heavy on quarterback. So look for him this week. I'm not gonna. He's not my second pick, but I do want to mention Tommy B. He's also a very good option. But my second for the saver at 6,200. Ryan Tannehill.
Whoa, hey.
And I know it's a little bit of a harder defense. That's the Saints defense, but Saints just took an L to the Falcons. And I don't know. The more I see the Saints play, and Kamara's hella questionable, I think, also. I want to throw that out there. But I don't know. The Saints team is trending down to me. They're in the downward trend. They hella look shaky. And on the other side of it, Titans are on an upward trend hard. And Tannehill's starting to, feel himself a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So I expect him to have a big game. I think I don't want to say because I don't want to jinx it, but I feel this is going to be a blowout by the Tennessee Titans.
Let's go.
Blowout.
We'll see. I do expect to see Tannehill though and AJ Brown have a big game.
I mean, Titans have been scoring over 20 points, actually over 20, at least 24, 25 points, like ever since they took their last loss.
Yeah.
They've been really putting up a bunch of points. I know some of it's their defense, but when your defense puts you in good position, that just gives you more opportunities to score touchdowns for the offense. Right? So,
in previous years, did Tannehill rush more? Because he's only averaging about two rushing attempts a game. Wasn't he more of a runner, or did he only run when he had to?
Only ran when he needed to.
Yeah, I think it was more of he had to, okay. Rather than he's a runner.
Yeah, as a
a design play.
Yeah, as a Dolphin, he had to a lot. But I mean, now that he doesn't really have to do it as much, plus he hands the ball off a little bit more, you don't see him do it as much. But he has legs. He does, but he doesn't use it that way.
I see.
So,
yeah.
I mean, look, Tannehill's not going to be chalky. I guarantee you that.
Tannehill is a slower Carson Wentz.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah. All right.
But lately, he has been playing good, and he's been hitting the dots. So against, who are they going against? I just had it while I moved it. Against the New Orleans defense, I know their defense is good, but I just feel that offense isn't going to be staying on the field enough to be getting that defense the rest they need.
Yeah, the thing about Tannehill, he has a deep threat, he has a mid threat, and he has short game threats. So he can go.
Yeah. And even last week with the running backs out, like they still ran the ball a lot, kind of effectively. Not Derrick Henry effectively, but effectively enough to give Tannehill some kind of life.
I feel like the carrying didn't do its justice because it looked like they didn't produce that much on running, but there was a lot of goal line situations. So I'm like, okay, that's why they rushed like 14, but only did 30 yards or 40 yards. That was because most of the rushes were in goal line situations.
Yeah. And I think a lot of the rushing numbers for the Titans, maybe this week and next week, might be a little weird just because I think they're figuring out where they want to go from here on out with the rushing game. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think we'll get a good glimpse of how the offense in this game, because last game it was weird because of the turnovers in the red zone. I mean, the turnovers at the Rams' own 20, which turned into red zone. Yeah. So if they actually, have a few drives from their own 20 and march it down 80 yards, we'll get a good glimpse how Titans are without Derrick Henry. So I really think this is the big test for them.
Yeah. And Tannehill only got 15 points last week, but that's because of exactly what you said. Like a lot of they scored a lot on defense, and then on top of that, the defense set him up to where Tannehill didn't have to make a bunch of long throws or a bunch of throws. They were already in the red zone,
just trying to pound it in.
Exactly. Yeah. But those are my two value pick guys. As for top picks, sorry, you guys, I always do that. But as for my value guys, kind of shaky this week, low key at value. But if he plays, I know he got the Q next to his name, he is due to non-COVID related. Oh, he's just ill. Also, he should play by Sunday. So at 5,900, just below that value mark, Carson Wentz.
Mr. Wentz.
Yeah, that's a good pick at that price.
I like it too.
His last 3 games, 21, 20, 24. At that price, thank you.
And at home versus Jacksonville.
Josh Allen ain't going to do the same thing what he did last week against the Bills.
I think the Colts O-line is slightly better.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. That's why they're a little bit more healthier now, too.
Yeah, and like we were saying during that month recap, the Colts offense is just it's clicking now. Like the Colts as a unit, they're clicking now. the recent L's they took, like against the Titans, that's one divisional game, and two, it was OT, and it was that could have went either way. It literally came down to Carson Wentz being Carson Wentz. But,
Yeah.
I think he should have another big game. He's playing great. The offense looks like it's clicking. It looks like they found their number one receiver in Pittman. Is his name right? Yeah.
Michael Pittman Jr.
Yep.
I should see him have a decent game for that price for sure.
Yeah. Pittman Jr. is finally emerging. Finally.
Yeah, because I don't see T.Y. Hilton really coming back.
I mean, look, even when T.Y. comes back, like, how long can he stay on the field?
Exactly.
Man?
That's what I mean. Because when he plays, he is a difference maker, but he doesn't stay on the field that long. So
it's like the older he gets, the more he's just so susceptible to injury.
But it's good that Michael Pittman Jr. is developing now to become
definitely.
a reliable hands for the Colts and, for Carson Wentz, because Carson Wentz, he could throw the ball, but sometimes he's a little inaccurate. So,
Pittman's a big body.
Yeah, Pittman's a big body, so if it's a little off, Pittman could go up and get it to make sure, low mistakes happen on Wentz's, because, honestly, Wentz is his own worst enemy.
Yep.
Sometimes he does take a little bit more gambles, which I understand because you have a big body like Pittman, getting the balls, but, I mean, sometimes it's unnecessary. But against the Jaguars, I feel that Carson Wentz won't gamble too much, or if he does, it'll play into his favors because it's Jacksonville.
Yeah.
So,
like I said, they had a fluke game against, or I said it was a fluke game, but you never know. They might show us something, but I don't think it's happened. Take Carson Wentz. Now, if you really want to save some money, I got one for you guys. This guy's about to ball out this weekend. I know he got a hard team, but at 5,000 flat, let's go, PJ. Get on the PJ Walker train. Let's get it. Let's get on the PJ Walker train right now.
We got PJ Walker for one game unless Mr. Cam Newton takes him over.
Oh, damn, I did forget Cam, but I don't think he's going to come back.
He's not going to come back. What I'm saying, though, is Cam Newton next week might, be a potential starter, I would say.
Yeah. For sure.
But I'm just
for next game, yeah.
I'm just saying, is this PJ Walker's first and only game he starts, or if he plays really good, he just keeps it going?
I think he'd have to play really, really good.
He would have to amaze them, and then they would take it to practice and be like, "Let's see who has the better week of practice," and then they'll decide from there.
Yeah.
Because you don't get a Cam to not start him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Unless PJ Walker does go out there and have a 5 TD game with a rushing TD or something crazy like that.
I want XFL PJ Walker heavy.
But
yeah.
You already know my last value pick is always for you guys out there that are trying that you want to use your money as much as you can in other positions and save a QB. PJ Walker, he's getting the start. He got something. He got to prove something because he's not a starter. He's a backup, so he got something to prove. He might try to get on another team now that Cam's back. Who knows? But
right,
I know Arizona got a good defense, but they're known to give it up again. And with these lower end QBs at the 5,000 mark, it's usually you got them for that garbage time greatness, and that's all you need from a 5,000er.
Yeah.
Yep.
So. Yeah, if PJ plays XFL PJ, I can see him having, floor 2 TDs, ceiling 3 to 4. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah. I see that.
But yeah, you get him a 5,000. You just hope he gets you about 15 and up, and I think he'll get you that.
I mean, I don't think
20.
he could do much worse than Sam Darnold. So
yeah.
he can go out there and do some
He's not stiff in the pocket, folks. Let's say that.
PJ got to throw 4 interceptions and separate both shoulders.
For real.
Yeah,
that's how you do worse.
Damn it, fine. Get in there, Darnold.
Yeah.
Hey, wait, actually, hold up, bro. Anderson, since you're not really a receiver, you play quarterback ever? Since they don't throw to you, why don't you throw it?
Since they don't throw to you.
Yeah, so those are my picks. What do you guys like this week?
I'll let you go first, buddy, if you have some names ready.
I guess I'm back on this train, and hopefully it doesn't bite
Don't
me in the ass.
say it.
What am I saying? No. That train is done. That train is done. That train.
Like,
I'm not even gonna. I'm not even gonna mention it because I mentioned it. I will start it up.
No.
We live in a no coal zone, and it's not over there. Mm-hmm. No coal is going there, but I feel like Teddy Bridgewater will have a game.
Ooh,
that's the train I'm talking about.
Teddy Tuglas.
5,500. That's a good price if he plays like he did last week.
Yeah, I think he can because, there's some cues on some of the receivers, but I think they'll play. Jerry Jeudy is definitely a difference maker to that offense.
Oh, yeah.
His
route running is amazing.
It's amazing. It automatically says, hey, we're going to be a balanced team now. And I feel like, especially against this Eagle defense, Darius Slay can only cover one receiver.
Yep. And he has to take his pick between Sutton, Patrick.
Mm-hmm. And I think Darius Slay is not a slot receiver corner no more. He's a little bit upper in age where, he's going to get more of the deeper routes, but not as complex like a slot runner would do. I think he'll get burned by Jeudy if he tries to cover him. So I think Jeudy will eat. It would open up some scenarios happening, and you might get Tim Patrick or Sutton gain some good plays in.
Yeah.
So I really think that Bridgewater will have a pretty nice game against the Eagles. As long as he's able to pick it apart and everyone's contributing, Bridgewater will have a game.
I like it.
Yeah.
So, he's just mobile enough to, extend the play.
Mm-hmm.
So I like Bridgewater this week. And Francis, you go.
I think as far as sorry about that, guys. My screen blacked out.
Oh no.
But I think as far as the top picks, I feel like there's 4 quarterbacks that have the potential to kind of maybe break the slate, and it's rare. It's rare when a quarterback breaks the slate because usually quarterbacks they'll stay around the 25 to 35 range. But I think Dak Prescott against the Falcons is a great matchup, and he's also wanting to bounce back from a sloppy game,
a really shitty game.
So I think Dak Prescott is going to have a great game. I think Justin Herbert against that Vikings secondary can pick him apart, and he's mobile enough to get away from their pass rush. And the pass rush on that team is hurt.
Yeah.
That was the best part of their defense on that Vikings defense. Mm-hmm. And they're hurt. So Herbert, it's all in front of him to have a huge
with
game.
Herbert, he only had 4 incompletions last week. But even though the score was, he still only had 4 incompletions. Now, if he can turn those yards into more touchdowns, that would be good against this Vikings team, because this Viking team, they lose a lot. They are behind you the whole time, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think it's going to be a shootout in LA. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But I think Herbert can definitely win big.
Yeah, I agree. I think this Charger Vikings game kind of smells like a high scoring game. Mm-hmm. Similar to, because you know what? Now that I think about it, picking on the Vikings the rest of the way is kind of for fantasy purposes, it's actually a good idea because they have a high-powered offense, so they're able to score points. Mm-hmm. Their defense is struggling, so its teams are going to score points on them. Mm-hmm. And what you create is a scenario where most likely each outcome is going to be high-scoring games.
Yeah,
So you can go ahead, Spuddy.
Oh no, the only not high-scoring game Minnesota was in was against the Browns.
Yeah. And that was some fuckery shit.
Yeah, that's some fluky shit.
So that's a team you could kind of pick on. I mean, is it going to happen every single week? No, but I think for the remaining of the season, the majority of the weeks left, it's gonna be that way.
Yeah. I just said that because that's if you want to go their lowest, that was kind of like a freak accident why that game was low on both ends.
Yeah. The last guy at the top is obviously Tom Brady. The Tom Brady factor to me is as long as he's in the regular season, I think in the playoffs he'll kind of stick to the game plan. He won't kind of overreach or anything. But in the regular season, you gotta understand, Tom Brady has a fucking ego, and when he walks away from this game, he wants every single fucking record locked.
Locked.
And he doesn't care if he has to run up the score, throw 4 TDs on a team, 5 TDs. Like he wants every TD. Yeah. So I think there's no ceiling to him. Like he literally, if he feels comfortable, he'll throw 4 or 5 touchdowns and not give a fuck.
Oh yeah, I agree. I think he's been wanting an ass whooping game.
Yeah,
and I think against the Washington football team is the perfect game. He could whoop some ass.
Hey,
perfect.
I mean,
he's still salty. He's still salty from that Saints loss.
Look, just to prove that he's out for all the TDs. Week 1, 4 TDs. Week 2, 5 TDs. Week 5, 5 TDs. Week 7, 4 TDs. Week 8, 4 TDs. Like, he just wants to throw all of them. And Fournette has been getting more work. Like they have been handing him the ball, but he's also his work in the passing game has also gone up.
Yeah.
So Tom Brady's also throwing him touchdown passes. So yeah, those are my 4 favorite. I haven't as far as value. You're right, Dougie. It's really thin down here.
Yeah,
I think you guys mentioned solid values already.
Yeah.
For sure.
So that's all I got for the QBs.
All right, well then we'll wrap it up on the QBs then. Unless Spuddy, you got anything else?
No. You guys already touched on them. I just wanted to throw out Teddy Bridgewater out there because I'm back on that wagon where I'm like, okay, they're playing how they're supposed to play, how I thought they were gonna play.
Right.
And
and you know what? That might be a sleeper pick. Just the last thought might be a sleeper just because Jerry Jeudy is back. And,
exactly.
And he's getting more and more comfortable every week that he's back.
If he plays, if they play full games without anyone getting injured and being out a half or a quarter, I expect good things from this offense.
Yep.
So,
all right.
But yeah, so to wrap up the QBs, our 2 top dollar picks. If you're trying to spend higher QBs, I like Josh Allen this week, 7,900 against them Jets. And then our second one was Ryan Tannehill at 6,200 against that Saints defense. But I do see them in a downward trend.
Tannehill.
At value, I had Carson Wentz 5,900 against that that Jacksonville defense.
Wentz.
Don't. They're not doing what they did last week. Okay, don't be nervous. And then to wrap it up, our last value pick at 5,000 flat was PJ Walker of the Carolina Panthers.
5,000 schmeckles.
Let's go.
He can save you some money.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, sir.
1, 2. Hi. Let me hand it off to Mr. Francis.
Oh, I thought you were doing a dumb pass. Doing a little dumb pass.
At the ball.
You know.
All right, guys. For this week 10 slate on the running backs, there's so many routes you can go, and you can feel good about playing that player. When you look at the matchup, you look at the player, you feel confident, but not everyone's gonna hit. So that's what makes this week kind of hard. You look at Dalvin Cook's matchup, it's a nice one. You look at Jonathan Taylor's matchup, that's a nice one. Eckler, Aaron Jones. So there's a lot of names, but I'm gonna go with Eckler on this one.
Ooh.
Thank you. Stay away from Cook.
Yeah, just because I do, like I said, I'm gonna pick on this Vikings defense, and I think if the Vikings are coming with some heavy pass rush, then you can see a lot of screens coming from the Chargers, maybe, and who better to dump it off to than Eckler?
Yeah,
I think Eckler, and when you look at Eckler's last game, he only got 3 targets in the passing game. The only other time he got less than that was week 1 when he got 0. So this man does not live at the 3 target range in the passing game. So you can guarantee that number should go up to at least 5 to 7. And he should have a lot more yardage. And I can almost guarantee that he'll score at least 1 touchdown in this game.
Guarantee
Yeah.
That's the first. I wanted to go with Zeke as my second. Just because he has this Q, he's dealing with a bruised knee. Last 2 games, it seems like they've been really like careful with his workload. So I don't know how they're going to treat him this game. He might be a little healthier going into this game, but just because I'm not sure, I'm going to stay away from him, and I'm going to go down to Leonard Fournette. Leonard Fournette against Washington, like I mentioned during the quarterback segment, his passing usage, the usage for him in the passing game has gone up, and he's averaging around 5 to 6 targets a game. So versus this Washington defense, and after he kind of had a hard dip last week, I expect him to bounce back, probably put up a good 20 to 25. I can see that against Washington. And then values. Let's go to values. So it's kind of rough down here. I'm gonna go with Melvin Gordon. He got 21 rush attempts last game. So the last 3 weeks or so, they've really been splitting the touches between him and Javonte Williams. You know, it's really been 50-50. But for whatever reason, against the Cowboys, he did get the majority of the touches. And I don't know that was enough to kind of give him the edge moving forward. But I know Javonte Williams is still going to be used as the change of pace. It's just if Broncos get to the goal line, I think Gordon is the one that's going to punch it.
Gordon.
So that's the first value. Second value is going to be J.D. McKissick. Gibson is dealing with a fracture. He's been questionable. He's honestly not really guaranteed to play, and if he does play, they might really monitor his workload. And so that's why you've seen J.D. McKissick's usage go up. He actually got 8 targets in the passing game last week. And before that, 6 targets, and before that, 10 targets. So they use him heavily in the pass game. And I feel like in a game where Tampa should go up early and they should retain that lead, Washington's going to be throwing the ball. So J.D. McKissick is going to be on the field a lot. Yeah, I honestly, for value, I don't love them. It's getting harder to pick value these days just because there's so much data and the prices have adjusted. But yeah, what do you guys like on this slate?
Yeah,
I like Javonte Williams this matchup.
You like Javonte, so between the two,
to me, I feel like Javonte Williams is the better pick, just because I think out of the Gordon and Williams, Williams is more of the elusive back for, even though he runs hard.
He's the better runner.
Yeah. And I think against the Eagles defense, that will work to his benefit because Eagles have a strong line. So I think more like running off tackle / sweep type of plays go into Williams' favor than Gordon. That's what I think.
Yeah, I mean, I think in this situation you really have to flip a coin like that. Yeah, because it could be either one's day.
Exactly. So I mean, the thing is, what you're saying, I'm like, I agree with you, but I don't know why I feel like the game script will be more. I think they might be doing that type of style of running.
I agree with you too, though, because I have seen Javonte Williams run, and it does seem like he has a little more juice.
Yeah,
when he's running,
just a little bit more.
Just a little.
Hey,
a little bit more.
His legs are not as beat up as Gordon's.
Yeah, I just think just because Gordon is the name and the veteran, sometimes they might just lean on him just a little more.
Yeah. I know. I completely agree with you. And like I said, I like going off on limbs. And here's another limb I would like to go off on.
Okay.
Jordan fucking Howard.
Jordan Howard, hold on. Hello.
Yes, I know.
Hey,
crazy.
Okay,
crazy. But for being such low of at 49,000, and since Miles Sanders been out, the usage on him has been nutty.
He scored. Yeah, he's.
I don't know what's going on with Philly and the running back.
Yeah. It makes no sense, but since it's like this, go with Jordan Howard.
No way.
You know,
if you were to just add 4 targets to this man's stat line in the passing game, he would be such a great player.
Yeah.
It's the fact that they won't even target him once in the passing that I'm just like, come on, Eagles, do the thing.
Hey, it might happen this week. If not, you're still getting good value from such a low price.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, it seems like he is getting the goal line stuff because he has 3 touchdowns in 2 games.
I got one, even lower than yours. And I don't know. I don't know why.
Why are you trying to show me up, man?
Whoa!
You going free agent? You going the free agent?
D Johnson. He's going D
Johnson because Chubbs is on COVID list right now, or they don't know what's going on. Felton has a Q. They don't know what's going on with him. So
D
Ernest is in line to get the start in that 4,700.
I'm
Why
surprised.
not?
I'm surprised they put 4,700 on Johnson. Right?
I don't think Chubb was really expected to be on the COVID. I don't know when he got on. Do you guys know what day it happened?
Honestly, it happened the game after, like the day after, because I remember right when it was like Monday night or Tuesday, I saw Chubb got COVID. In my head, I'm like, fuck. But then again, I was like, wait, I'm done with that league. I'm a Grim Reaper. So I'm like, it doesn't really matter, but I was still like, fuck, come on, Chubb. But I stopped doing this often.
What's today's date? The 11th. So as of yesterday, the Browns head coach said he didn't have updates for Chubbs or Felton, who were both on the COVID-19 list. So they're looking shaky.
It's shaky. So, if Chubb doesn't end up playing, D Johnson definitely becomes a play. We've seen him play. He can play.
I like it. Now that you said that, yeah. I mean, I didn't know. I didn't know. Basically, Felton was also on there too. Now,
so they might lean on this man heavy just because Browns are built to just run.
Yeah, literally.
So that's a great pick. Great pick if Chubb is out.
Because
that's what I thought you were going to say at first.
Because if the Browns can't run, then the Browns lose this game.
Yeah.
No ifs and buts.
No, you're right. Absolutely.
Because Belichick, if you can't get the run, Belichick's going to make you make that throw.
And he going to eat Baker up. He gonna fucking eat him up.
If Belichick wins, you might see the Belichick smile.
Yeah.
Exactly. I'm trying to hold it in, but it just can't. I can't.
Right. All right. Well, wrap up the backs. I have Austin Eckler against the Vikings at 7,600. Got Leonard Fournette against Washington at 6,100.
I like it.
I got Melvin Gordon against the Eagles at 53, and I got J.D. McKissick at 52 against. Who's he against? I lost him.
Tampa Bay. Yeah, you blowing the dust from that jersey that you won it. You're like, time to do it one more time. One more time.
All right. Well, I'm going to pass it over to Spuddy so he could take us away with the wide receivers.
Yes. And a hard slate for the receivers because I just think there's a lot of situations where it can be a blowout.
Right.
But also people could get shut down. I don't know. Last week has fucking scarred us all, I think. Because you don't want to put your eggs in the basket too much.
I also think last week was somewhat of an anomaly, and a lot of the bad teams that won are not going to keep it up. So eventually there will be restoration.
Yeah. There's going to be some type of balance is going to get restored this week, I feel.
Yes.
I agree on that part, but some teams I think, are going to still make it happen.
Are turning a corner.
Yeah. But with that being said, looking through the receivers with all the data that I collected. My first receiver, we mentioned his quarterback already. My first receiver sitting at 6,300. Michael Pittman Jr. Michael Pittman Jr.
63.
63. Not a bad for basically the number one receiver in Indy.
In Indy, yep.
You know, they are a run-heavy team. Yes, we know that. But when they throw the ball, we know who the main target is. We know who's going to jump up and catch the ball. And that is Michael Pittman Jr. If they give the chance for the Colts to be in the red zone, look for that guy to catch the ball.
Yeah.
You know, he's a jump up and catch it kind of guy. His matchup is against the Jaguars, which means I think potential for a lot of good plays on his end. You might even see an 80-yard touchdown from him. Who knows? I'm thinking a booming play is going to come from Michael Pittman Jr. this game.
Yeah, definitely. There's always a chance against the Jacksonville Jaguars, man, and especially when he has that type of size. And Carson Wentz is playing pretty decent.
At
Definitely.
home.
Yep.
At home. So
Do like it.
next, sit at a clean 7,000. Bounce back game.
Let's go.
CD Lamb, what's up?
Yes, sir. So you're saying if you choose to play Dak Prescott, this is the stack you would pick, Dak Prescott and CD?
Yes.
I like it.
That's me. I
Like it.
think CD Lamb will play well against this defense because I think they're going to focus more on Cooper because he is more of the deep. In the Dallas offense, he runs the deep routes more often.
Right.
You know, what is technically the X routes, you might say. When CD runs more of those number 2, the wide receiver 2/Y routes, which sometimes go more in the middle of the field. We've seen it.
Right.
We've seen CD go in the middle of the field, basically level 2 to level 3, but in the middle of the field type of catches.
Right.
And I really think that's where Atlanta's weakness is at.
Okay.
So,
Absolutely.
that also goes into, I would play Schultz in one of your lineups as well, but CD as well. I think CD definitely is gonna, he'll have a 100-yard game. I'm guessing 120-yard game with the touchdown.
And the thing is, like, when you look at his last game at 4.3 points, it's not like he didn't get the targets. He got targeted 9 times. They just they couldn't connect that game.
It was just a terrible outing for the whole offense in general. I mean, go back to what I've said about it. It was just, flat game. I don't expect them to be flat again. If they are flat again, then there might be a problem. But, other than that, they should bounce back. I expect a great offensive showing from the Dallas Cowboys this week. So
couldn't agree more.
So those are my top picks. Going down the value train. First stop, we got 5,300 coming from Denver, playing against the Eagles. We got our boy Jerry Jeudy in the house.
Jerry
value.
Jeudy. He's a value?
He's a value.
Shit.
He's a value. Hey, he has to get his reputation back up. But still, at 5,300, that slot man, that slot boy.
Them targets are creeping up every week.
No injury report this week, so I really think he's going to eat up this Eagles defense. Much like how CD is going to play in the Dallas game, I expect Jerry Jeudy to play the same. I think Eagles' weakness is going to be in the middle of the field because people can't cover Jerry Jeudy like that. Darius Slay is not going to be on Jerry Jeudy, and if he is, it's not going to be a lot of plays. So I expect Bridgewater one of his main target or even his main checkdowns is going to be Jerry Jeudy running flats, and Jerry Jeudy is going to have yaks. Yaks.
All right.
So
I like that.
I expect that from Jerry Jeudy this game. So I highly recommend Jerry Jeudy. And for my fourth value pick, might be a shocker, and it is against a tough defense, but I like him. And he's really showing out now. But I guess the only scary thing is who's going to be playing quarterback. But to introduce him, sitting at 4,700, we got Elijah Moore.
He's finally making a splash. Finally.
It took a while, but honestly, I think his trend goes up because of how much of a splash he's been making. Now, Corey Davis has been hit with injuries. I think he's at a Q right now, but I mean, for the last 2 weeks he's been out, and I think earliest this week he went from a doubtful to questionable. Right. But with that being said, I think Elijah Moore gets put in the offense a little more.
Whack.
I like it. I'll allow it.
Well, I tried, but I like Elijah Moore. I know in blowout games that's where he's been in game most of his time, but that's how you shine. And fantasy. Even though the game was already over, Jets put up 30 points, and that was help from him. Yeah. So I mean, when those type of things happen, and you're like the Jets and the Jets record, you want to shake things up. So there might be more rotation in the receiving core, meaning more targets going to that direction. Now, I feel like it's going to be very important who plays quarterback, though. If it's Mike fucking White, I think great things. If it's Zach Wilson, I don't know.
Very iffy.
Very iffy. I mean, I think the difference there is because in a weird way, being the backup helps Mike White compared to Zach Wilson being the starter.
Yeah.
Because Mike White has I don't give a fuck. I'm not supposed to be in this position, but we're going to slang this motherfucker. That helps Mike White's situation. He slings the ball. Zach Wilson, I feel like it just has a lot of pressure right now because he's supposed to be that boy.
Yeah.
So
but I just curious. Before the season started, did you guys ever watch any behind the scenes videos of the Jets and Elijah Moore?
I've heard things about Elijah Moore beforehand, but not with the Jets.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So. I saw a small video on him just to getting to know him, and basically this dude, his mentality, bro, is he wants to be the best receiver in the whole NFL, and he is one of the first ones onto the field, one of the last ones out, type of shit. He's that type of guy. And so I think he is a guy, not just this year, but moving forward, we'll see how far that work ethic takes him. Because he's really taken his career and his opportunities super serious. And I was waiting for him to break out because I'm like, usually guys that approach the game like that, they're rewarded. You don't just work like that and not get results,
Yeah.
So I think he's finally starting to get results, and I think they were trying to get him the ball earlier in the season. I think the difference is, like you said, quarterback play. His efficiency goes up when it's a different quarterback. He's catching more of his targets.
Yeah, I mean, his last 3 games have been, the uptrend with him. Starting off against New England, it was a blowout game, but like I said, when you get put out in those situations, that's how you get promoted. And then against Cincy, he helped that comeback. Basically, Jets win. And then the Indy blowout, he still was able to make some plays, got 2 touchdowns. So those are just good things to see when, even though the game's over, you're still trying to win.
Yeah.
So
I agree.
I think those are just good things. And Jets are playing Buffalo, so even if a blowout does happen, there's still a great opportunity for Elijah Moore to produce.
Yeah.
So,
sure.
yeah. What about the other receivers on your guys' end? Who do you guys like? There's a lot, and it really is a preference at this point because I didn't pick no Tampa Bay receivers because it's like, who do you think is going to be the hot hand this week? Is it going to be Evans? Is it going to be Godwin? Is it going to be Brown?
Yeah,
You know?
I'm going to tell you one of my hard locks, and I truly think this is his bounce. There's so many factors that point to bounce back for this guy, and it's Mike Williams at 6,600. Okay, Mike Williams, big target against his shaky secondary. Justin Herbert is still Justin Herbert. He's gonna try Mike Williams. He's gonna try Mike Williams this game. They're gonna test that secondary, and Mike Williams has been on a dip 3 weeks in a row. Yeah. So we know his ceiling is 36 points. We know he can consistently
39 points. 39.
Oh, sorry, 39. 39 is his ceiling. He had a 39-point game and he had a 36-point game, and 2 games over 20. So he doesn't live at 4 points or 3 points or 7 points.
He shouldn't.
He shouldn't. And so I think the Chargers have just been kind of sloppy.
Yeah.
But I think against this Vikings defense, there's no other option. They're gonna put up points. And so I think Mike Williams is gonna eat. He might have at least 2 tubs and over 100 yards. That's my guess. That's my hard lock. What about you, Dougie?
I don't know. A lot of ones I liked, you guys kind of like ran through. I didn't hear the first 2 for your top. Did you mention CD?
Yeah. I mentioned CD. I mentioned Michael Pittman Jr. So okay, I got those 2 covered.
I think most of the ones I really like you guys picked, but did you mention AJ?
I didn't mention AJ, but I mean, it could be a tough matchup depending on what corner is covering him, but at the same time, he could definitely show out.
Yeah, I picked AJ because I like him with Tannehill, but it's just the thing that makes me go away from him is that price.
Yeah. He was perfect around that 6,800 range. Yeah. Then you had 1,000. You're like, do I really like AJ Brown like that?
Yeah, bro. Like you shouldn't be up there with Devontae.
Yeah. I feel that.
Yeah, I get you on that one.
But I mean, if you feel like I feel about this game, then go ahead and piece him up with Ryan Tannehill.
Yeah, I mean, if you're riding the Tannehill train this week, then AJ Brown is the stack. I mean, there's no other guy that's going to take away his targets. He's getting double-digit targets every week.
Yep. I like that. I like it. Is that concluding receivers?
I believe that might conclude it.
All right, let's wrap up the receivers then. Sitting at 6,300, we got Michael Pittman Jr. of the Indiana Colts going against Jacksonville Jaguars. Yes. Up next, we got CD Lamb sitting at a clean 7,000 for the Dallas Cowboys going against those Atlanta Hawks. I was going to say Atlanta Hawks. Shit.
That sounded. That sounded 3 glizzies hot,
bro. Atlanta Falcons. Shit. I mean, both are playing very bad right now, but anything could change. But up next, we got Jerry Jeudy of Denver Broncos sitting at 5,300, going against those damn Philadelphia Eagles. Shit. Fuck.
Hey, let me say the teams for you, bro.
No. We good. Then
you sounded like Bloods and Sports.
Bloods and Bloods? Okay. Last, we got Elijah Moore, Jets, 4,700, going against Buffalo Bills.
Yes, sir.
And time to discuss on these tight ends.
I got something to overly discuss. You think Falcons are bad?
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't let the 3 other people on this train with me hear you say it.
What 3 other people?
Oh man,
who's on this train?
He said the Migos. The Migos. All right, I got 2 names. I like Schultz. I like Schultz here.
Schultz, yes.
Guess who's back? The touchdown scoring machine. D-Knox. 4,500 versus the Jets.
Is his hand really that better?
There's no Q. There's not even a Q on him.
But here's the thing about fucking tight ends. They can still play with a broken hand and still block.
No, it said Knox practice fully Thursday.
Yeah, he could fully use his other arm to block.
Oh, but the thing is, there's not even a Q on him. They're not even putting him on the injury report.
Well, I don't see him. How much you say he was?
45.
Oh, I passed him. Oh, I see him. Yeah, he got no Q.
Yeah, he's got no Q. D-Knox and Schultz. I mean, I understand your point. He's coming off a
fractured hand. Yeah.
I mean, if there was a Q on him, I would lay off. It's literally the fact that he had a full practice and they're not even including him on the injury report.
Mm-hmm.
So are you saying it doesn't even hurt a little bit?
Yeah,
the Q.
The thing is, I was gonna wait a week before I mention him.
Okay.
That's just me. That's me.
Yeah.
If you want to play him,
I understand.
Fuck it. And the thing is, if he fucking scores over even 15 points, shove him in my face. Fuck it. See, you fucking motherfucker. You fucking missed him out. Sorry. Again, like I mentioned in the group chat, I like Jeff Schwarm. Very, very low. He is 2,500.
Oh my god! Wait, what's going on?
He is the backup tight end of Tennessee Titans, but he's actually emerging as the pass catching tight end for the Tennessee Titans.
Slame. Yeah.
And since Derrick Henry is no longer there, and they're still trying to get their development going on, he's a red zone target. I mean, if you look at his last two games. Basically, the game they lost Derrick Henry and the first game without Derrick Henry, 12.3, 12.9. Solid numbers for 2,500.
Oh, yeah, especially if he's going to get a tub. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You've spent that much money. If you're really low, you just even getting 5 points is a win, I feel.
Yeah.
Four targets.
If he could get to 5 to 10 at that price, that's a pretty good deal. Mm-hmm. As long as your other big hitters go.
Yeah. So if you're trying to go with a really conservative route when it comes to tight end, go down that far and pick up Jeff Schwarm. Schwam. I don't know. Swami. Swami. But tight end, I also like Minnesota's tight end, Tyler Conklin. Conquer right here. Too.
Hey, he's still kind of low.
He is low. I'm telling you, sometimes you got to live off the low. He was 3,000 last week, 9.5. I still think that's great value for 3,000. Right?
Look, at 3,400, you're paying a guy that had 7 targets each of the last 2 games. Mm-hmm. I feel like he's very underpriced because when you add just say you add a touchdown to either one of those games, he's at a great place.
Yeah. I'm one of those guys that love value tight ends because they'll make it work.
And that's the thing about DraftKings. Usually, from what I've seen is that you can pay down at the tight end position and get a lot of value. Mm-hmm. Because tight ends are red zone targets, so as long as you pick that right value and he scores a touchdown or 2, you're in a great spot.
Yeah, because you look at Jack Doyle, who hasn't done shit all year, but his last 2 games, one reception for 2 targets, 1 yard and a touchdown. 7.1. And he was 2,800.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I think, If you really want to go cheap, but you still want your players to at least do something, there it is, boys. Take it.
Yeah, you could definitely go value at the tight end position. Mm-hmm. Do you got anyone, Dougie?
I'm looking. I kind of like Hunter Henry. I feel like he's gonna have a TD this game.
Ooh. Yeah, he's been kind of quiet, right?
Mm-hmm. At 4,100, why not?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It seems like a quiet TD game. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the Patriots definitely like to use him in the red zone as well. He's no exception.
I think Henry. I think the Browns' weakness is more in the middle of the field as well. There's a lot of teams that have a weakness in the middle because they're like with Cleveland, their backers are probably not the strongest of their defense.
Right.
So I would expect New England to, attack the middle of the field a little bit more.
Yeah.
So
I do not. I wanted. Man. I was gonna mention Jared Cook, but every time I look at the stats on this guy, it just really
really grinds your gears.
Really grinds my gears because this dude only had one good breakout game, and it was of course the week he needed to have that game to beat me in fantasy. Like garbage, so garbage. But I mean, yeah, if you want to piss somebody off, take Jared Cook.
Or piss yourself off. Fuck.
But everybody else you guys kind of covered already for me. Like tight ends are kind of thin this week.
It's a thin slate.
I think that's. Yeah, I think that basically covers.
Yeah, I would say Hawkinson, but they're playing against fucking Steelers, and Jared Goff is not even going to throw the fucking ball.
Yeah, T.J. Watt about to eat Jared Goff. T.J. Watt about to have 4 sacks on Jared Goff, statue ass Goff.
Man, I was thinking 6. That was nice, Francis.
Man.
All right, so we move on to defenses.
Defense.
All right. Who do we like, boys?
That's like top
Colts.
I mean, yeah, the Bills.
I like Colts.
Colts is a great one. Colts is a great one this week.
I want to say Steelers because you did say statue. that got me hyped a little bit.
Steelers is going to do a lot of sacks and turnovers. I think Jared Goff throws 2 interceptions this game.
Yeah, I mean, look.
I can see a pick 6.
Realistically, do you guys see the Lions going full 4 quarters without fucking up?
Yeah, ask yourself that.
Ask yourself, especially when TJ Watt's the one rushing Jared Goff.
Well, so the most you're gonna get out of the Lions is a dump off to Swift, and Swift does his magic and take it to the house. That's the most you're getting.
I suggest going value at tight end, like get a Conklin, get a Jared Cook, and just get you a Steelers defense this week.
Yeah,
Steeler might be chalky this week.
It might be
well worth. That's why Colts is probably like the second best defense because that's more chance. I think Jacksonville will cause some turnovers on their end.
Yeah,
you brother.
Yeah, no,
bro. I always
start to get that one out.
How do you guys feel about your Cowboys defense on this matchup?
Just skip them this week. Let's see what they're coming with this week.
You don't think they bounce back? They had 2 back-to-back bad defensive games in fantasy.
Yeah. Here's the thing: they will cause turnovers, but they will allow points, so it'll kind of like even each other out.
Offset. It might end with like 6 points or some shit.
But if you go two up higher or 3, I kind of really like the Patriots defense this week against Cleveland. Because
especially with Chubb out. Ooh.
Yeah. And like you said, if they can somehow. Because Belichick's the genius, so he knows. Okay, if I just stop that run, put it on big shoulders, let's see what happens, baby.
And the thing is, it's 1 running back this time, not 2. 1.
Literally 1 because the rest is gone.
Does Ernest Johnson handle a full load this whole time with no relief?
Mm-hmm.
So,
but even if he does have a good game, Ernest, I do see Big throwing at least an INT or 2.
Yeah, definitely.
And honestly,
Patriots defense be getting interceptions like a motherfucker.
Yeah, even without Gilmore.
Stephon Gilmore.
Yeah. I mean that shit.
Mm-hmm. They've been getting pick 6.
All right, let's do our favorite segment on this defense. There's a lot of bottom ones. There's more than usual. More than usual.
We'll cut out at Lions. So from Lions all the way down to Jets.
Yikes!
Come on, give me Panthers.
Nah, buddy.
Oh God. Yeah, I got nothing.
I'm going to Jacksonville. They do what they did last week.
Oh shit! Yeah, Josh Allen comes back to life. All right. Actually, you probably picked the most solid one, especially based off of last week. Because
I'm picking Lions.
Bro, if Najee Harris comes into that game healthy, oh god,
that's why. Hey, there's a cue. Hey, there's a cue.
He about to do a thou in the end zone.
I'll say this: Najee Harris is not as healthy. Ben Roethlisberger can't throw the rock like that, so I think a low scoring game. I really think it's a low scoring game.
Okay.
But that's what I'm betting for. All right,
just because
crossing my fingers,
just because y'all took it, took the good ones. Now I gotta fucking pick.
Lions ain't a good one. What you talking about? The fuck? I took the worst one, but I still said fuck it.
When you consider Najee not being healthy at 100% and Ben not having his guy,
so I convinced you. So I convinced you.
Look, I'm not saying the Lions are not putting up points, but I'm not saying their defense doesn't have a chance to stop something. You know what I'm saying? So
they stopped other teams. Just saying.
I'm gonna look. The only reason I'm gonna pick this defense, even though I don't even believe it in my heart, is because the Chargers can be Chargers and they can be on brand and just fall flat. So Vikings.
Yeah, Vikings. Chargers can make a bad defense look good at times.
At times. So that's my pick.
Interesting. Interesting.
Oh my gosh. But all right, yeah. So that's what we got this week.
That concludes it, y'all. For week 10, we just finished our favorite segment on the defenses. Spuddy picked the Lions. Francis picked the Vikings, and Dougie got the Jaguars. We'll see who takes the dub there. But this pretty much does it for week 10 Draftkings Millionaire Maker. Y'all know the deal. We record these on Thursdays, drop them on Fridays. Tune in, subscribe, hit up the YouTube channel, hit up the Instagram, the Twitter, all platforms, y'all. This has been Francis. I am out, passing it to Dougie.
Hi.
Damn. Hey, Francis said everything. We don't gotta do shit.
Bye, viewers.
Bye.
Doug, Buds and Sports follow you. That's it. Yeah, we love doing this segment. This is probably one of the funnest episodes we do. Make sure you guys hit the subscribe. We love you guys for listening. And yeah, hopefully week 10 ain't no week 9.
Nope.
Hopefully someone out there or one of us becomes the millionaire.
Yo.
Yeah, let us know. Get it popping in the comments. Let us know how you guys' weeks are doing, or if you guys be choosing anyone we pick, maybe helping you out or not. Yeah, for real, fuck with your boys. But yeah, this has been Dougie. We're signing off. Lil Duke, Lightning Ledge. Spuddy, take us out, baby.
Man, I don't gotta say shit. Francis said everything. Dougie said everything. Yeah, this is Buds and Sports. We here. We're providing you so much content. So much. So, tap in and
fuck with your boys.
I'm Spuddy McGee. I'm out, buddies. Later.
Oh.